Good morning, boys and girls. It's your last day of e-learning this week. We just have 2 more weeks after today to learn at home, and you'll officially be second graders. I can't believe it. So today, you'll do more author's purpose. Finish that out. You'll do some how-to writing, some more plant work. I know yesterday you probably didn't get to go outside and be a leaf detective, so maybe you'll get to do that today. If not, this weekend. I just want you to investigate the leaves outside and think, wonder why the leaf feels this way, smells this way, looks this way. Think about your 5 senses. Sight, smell, taste, because we can taste some of our leaves, but make sure you ask Mom and Dad first. I know I have some in my refrigerator that I could eat. So that's science, and then we've got, your normal spelling. I'm finishing up the sight words, emails out to all the parents with some individualized sight words that I want you to work on for the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to finish up this book. So I hope you like these characters. They remind me of you guys as first graders, Iris and Walter and the field trip. So this would be a kind of book that all of you could read on your own and be able to understand well. So that's what I'm kind of choosing here at the end of e-learning, the end of first grade, are some ideas of some book series that you might want to investigate once our libraries open up again, or if maybe you have some of these at home, or find some from other people that you could borrow. So again, these are called the Iris and Walter books, and these are great levels and great comprehension practice for all of you. So if you remember, we read chapter 3 yesterday, and it finished with, Walter's lost. I can't find him anywhere, said Iris. So chapter 4 starts with the rescue. So boys and girls, remember we talked about how the table of contents, the name of the chapters, give us so much information. So the rescue, that's giving me information that the main idea of this chapter is going to be about how they rescue Walter. Where was he? How do they help him not be lost? So remember, think about that as you're reading, that's going to probably be your main idea. Don't worry, said Miss Cherry. I will find Walter. Now, I want everyone to stay with Jenny's mother. Please let me come with you, said Iris, please. Miss Cherry looked at Iris's worried face. Come, Iris, you and I will go find Walter, said Miss Cherry. I think it was a great idea for Miss Cherry to let Iris help her because she knows Walter probably the best, so she probably had a good idea where he might be. They walked past the starfish, and they did not see Walter. They walked by the seahorses, but Walter was not there. Look at Iris's face. How is she feeling here? Not so great, right? She's still very worried about her friend. Oh, look at her here. She looks even more worried. Poor thing. Think about how you might feel if your best friend is lost at a big place like a museum. Your parents aren't there. Now your teacher's there, but your parents aren't, so I know it can feel a little bit nerve-wracking. Iris thought about Walter, lost and alone. Poor Walter, he must be so scared, she said. We will find him, said Miss Cherry, but there were so many people. How would they ever find Walter in the big crowd? Suddenly, Iris saw him. Let's see if you can find him. There he is. There's Walter, she cried. Walter was standing in front of the coral reef, watching the fish swim around and around. Walter, we've been looking for you everywhere, said Iris. Huh? Said Walter. I was so worried, said Iris. Why? He said. Why? Because you were lost, said Iris. I was? He asked. So boys and girls, sorry, iPad fell. Can you believe he didn't even know he was lost? In his mind, he just stayed where, he just stayed where he was. And if you remember, he really liked that coral reef, didn't he? Sorry, guys, I don't know why I'm having a hard time now. There we go. Iris and Miss Cherry gave Walter a big hug. "I'm very happy to see you, Walter," said Miss Cherry. "And now I think it's a good time to go have our picnic, don't you?" Outside, the sun was shining. Iris and Walter played tag with their friends. They sat under a tree and they shared their lunches. "Time to go," said Miss Cherry. I wonder how they're feeling there. I bet that sounds like a fun day for you guys too, to be with your friends, have a picnic, play tag. Don't worry, we will get to do it again. When the bus pulled up in front of school, Grandpa was waiting. "How was the field trip?" he asked. Whoa. So you can see all the parents waiting. "It was fabulous," said Walter. "We saw angelfishes, hermit crabs. Oh, and Walter got lost," said Iris. "Oh, no," said Grandpa. "But I didn't know I was lost," said Walter. "And I found him," said Iris. Then Iris and Walter told Grandpa the whole story all the way home. So boys and girls, what I want you to answer for me today is 1, the author's purpose. Is it think about your pie? Remember Miss Cox said. Persuade? Is it trying to convince us to go do something? Is it inform? Is it teaching us how to, or teaching us about aquariums? Not really, right? Or is it entertaining us? So that's going to be one of your questions. The author's purpose is to entertain. And the other question is, how do we know that Iris is a good friend? How could you defend that Iris is a good friend? What did she do? How do you know Iris is a good friend? Boys and girls, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday, and I hope you have a great weekend. I think we're going to do a Zoom Wednesday at 11 next week, just to see if that goes a little bit better for people. I know it'll be in the middle of work for parents, but I'm going to see if that works better for a couple of kids. So we're going to do that Wednesday at 11. And I want to do something fun again, where either we draw or we go like on a scavenger hunt or something. So I'm still thinking about some good ideas. If you have any good ideas, you can shoot them my way. I would love to hear. Otherwise, keep working on that e-learning. Let me know if you need anything. I would love to see you outside and reading and writing this weekend. You could write about what you're seeing outside. You could draw and write. I just want you guys writing. It doesn't have to be perfect, remember. You're 6 or 7 years old. It's not going to be perfect. It's not perfect for adults. So you just try to get your words down on paper and sound them out as best you can. Miss you guys. Have a wonderful Thursday.